recognize the member for Timiskaming Cochrane to lead off the debate.
Thank you, Speaker. It's always an honor to stand in this House. And I would like to start on Thursday. Last Thursday, we passed Green Shirt Day. And we passed that unanimously. And it was to honor the Humboldt bus tragedy and to promote organ donation. And I commend the member for bringing it forward. I didn't add to that debate because I had just been given some news that I didn't want to talk about during the debate, but it adds to this discussion, and it's about life in Northern Ontario. And we have brought this forward many times in this House. And so, drivers with motor vehicles registered in the Cochrane region are twice as likely to be killed in a highway accident as those whose vehicles are registered in the Halton region. When it comes to motor vehicles registered in the Timiskaming region, the chances of a fatal collision are almost 4 times higher than the Toronto region. And if we compare the regions of Timiskaming, Cochrane, and Kenora to those of Durham, Halton, and Toronto, drivers are 3 times more likely to engage in a fatal accident in the north. This is a place of words, but words matter. I think we disagree on many things, but I think we agree on that. This summer, the OPP reported that fatal transport truck crashes were up 40%, as many drivers ignore risks. 40%. If you will recall, there was a W5 report, and it centered on the Humboldt truck crash, bus crash, where the truck was involved, and it talked if our system had actually improved. And one of the things that came out was that Ontario has 400 driving schools and 8 inspectors for those driving, and not just for those driving schools, for all college courses. Now, why am I saying this? And why am I starting this debate like this? Last Thursday, and some of you have maybe been there, the Trans-Canada Highway goes through New Liskeard, and there's 2 sets of stoplights on the Trans-Canada Highway. There was an accident last Thursday, and I'm going to read you the quote I'm going to read you speaks for itself. Something needs to be done. They need stricter standards to get a commercial license. It's a damn shame when you just pick up a crib and just as you're getting set up to start assembling it, the police show up at your front door and tell you that your 8-month pregnant fiance and unborn son were just killed in a car accident because some transport blew a red light. Also, the fact that her friend she was with is in a medically induced coma and lost her child. This should never have happened. Those are the words of Alexander Nemi. He sent me last Friday. They were just waiting at a stoplight at Highway 11, which is also our main street. And through no fault of their own, none at all, 2 unborn babies, and 1 lady died, and 1 lady's in a medically induced coma. And this is an example of what's still wrong on Highway 11. driver error, inattention, bad road design. Should there be a stoplight at the bottom of a hill on the Trans-Canada Highway? And people are asking me, John, how often do we have to raise this? How often do we have to raise this? And I'm asking the House, how often do we have to raise this? And I'm not accusing anyone of not caring, because I don't believe that's the case. I have very good relations with most of you, almost all of you, maybe all. But we know there's the issues. This is, to us, this is our Humboldt. And I know if this was question period, we have the safest roads in North America. Well, you know what? Highway 11 in Northern Ontario isn't the safest road in North America, and neither is 17. And I just want to put that in the record, that we need to make sure that people who are licensed to drive in Ontario know how to drive. I've spoken to the Minister of Transportation about this issue, and she was the one who mentioned, yeah, I know there's problems with automatic transmissions. Yes, there are people who can drive a truck with an automatic transmission and don't know how to drive a standard. Well, then perhaps they shouldn't be licensed to drive in Ontario. And it's the job of the government to make sure that everyone's licensed. It's the job of the government to make sure the roads are as safe as possible, to redesign roads to make sure they're safer. And it's all our jobs. And I know we can't fix it in one day, and I know, but we need to make concrete steps. So Alex's fiance and baby and her friend didn't die, or her friend's baby didn't die in vain. So I needed to get that on the record, Speaker. And I thank you, and I thank the House for their attention.